And we are going to that mud matchup, Romario Neto versus Benjamin Green. Our controllers have weighed in and given us this match. Ben Green on the right with blue, white, red Delver.
Romario Neto on the left with, what is that, Metal Worker Utter Domination.
Thank you to everyone that did send us some messages via Twitter to the hashtag SCGDC or to @SCGLive. It did help, I know, our basically the production over here decide who to go with. So thank you for that.
Keep in mind also that we are going to feature both matches. If this one ends first, we're going to go to the Storm match. It's the it's on the backup table.
A really neat comment from @Boloid. Apparently in Manila, they call ancient tombs, City of Traders, and Crystal Veins soul lands.
As in Soul Ring.
I like that. That's nice.
I have heard that before. I've heard a lot of people refer to them as that. Not enough apparently to get it to stick in my head for me to refer to them as that, but that is certainly not the first time I've heard of that. But that is a great nickname.
And these players contemplating their keeps or not, it looks like Romario Neto is going to keep his hand.
Muted.
When it comes to the brackets, Romario Neto was the number 4 seed. Ben Green, the number 8 seed. That means Romario Neto gets the option to play first. He starts with a Chrome Mox, discarding a City of Traders, and also adds to it a Cavern of Souls.
Golem is the creature type, and you see a Lodestone Golem in hand.
Oh my goodness. Chalice for 1, you better have Force of Will.
This is what I was talking about, must counter. He has to counter this. He does not have Force of Will here. It shuts off his entire deck. So you see Ben needs to have this if Romario has the capacity to play a turn 1 Chalice.
Okay,
and,
he does have it, but
yeah.
I mean, that is knocking cards out of Ben Green's deck, and he still has more threats coming at him. Fetch.
All right, so Volcanic Island for Ben Green. Now, Lodestone Golem, a card that was printed in World Wake, and we saw that in Romario's hand. A 4-mana 5/3, which, you know, back when I was playing, that was Juggernaut, right?
Yeah.
And it had a downside. In fact, this kind of has an upside, especially in this match. There you see it.
There you go. City of Traders drops it on turn 2.
5/3 for 4 mana, and non-artifact spells cost 1 more to cast. So that is going to give Ben some fits for as long as it sticks around.
Now, I believe that Ben has a Swords to Plowshares in hand. He can use his whole turn to get rid of the Metalworker. But as I say, it is his whole turn to do so.
If you're just joining us, you are catching the semifinals of the StarCityGames.com Legacy Open. I'm Joey Pasco, joined in the booth by Adrian Sullivan. We're watching pretty much the very beginning of the semifinal matchup here between Ben Green with blue, white, red Delver and Romario Neto with Mud. And Swords to Plowshares takes out the Lodestone Golem, so Ben Green able to have answers for these kind of must-counter / must-answer threats that Romario is presenting. Wasteland from Romario will take out a Tundra, and a Lightning Greaves will come down for Romario. He is setting things up nicely for a future, well, hopefully Blightsteel Colossus, but another giant dude would be just as well. In fact, really setting things up so that he can activate, say, Metalworker immediately, or Kuldotha Forge Master immediately. Or just swing with maybe a Sundering Titan. That was the original Sun Titan. Just had kind of some other letters in there.
Lightning Greaves is so cool.
I agree.
Okay, second land in play again here. Grim Lavamancer comes in. City of Traders, 2 mana. Chalice for 1.
Do you have the answer? We see he does.
No cards left in hand, though.
Well, it's going to likely him to Turok Ben here.
Brainstorm finds Brainstorm and two other cards I could not make out.
Ben does have Force of Will, though. I already saw it in his hand. So he has an answer. He's just kind of...
hunting for something better to pitch, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe,
or deciding if he wants to just ignore it.
Yeah, trying to see what's coming up. What do I need to... do I need to counter this? I think he does, either way. It will shut off future Brainstorms. There you see Force pitching, likely maybe Brainstorm, considering we saw multiples, but not quite sure.
Romario Neto out of cards. Lightning Greaves and 4 mana in play. Ben Green with the Grim Lavamancer.
Now this is a good spot for Ben Green. He needs, though, to put some pressure on the table and capitalize on this window that Romario's provided him. Romario empty-handed, as you mentioned, playing off the top of his library, and you know, he could brick for a few turns, and if Ben is able to take advantage of that, he may be in great shape to win this first game in the semifinals. Brainstorm again from Ben Green after Romario draws and has no play, although that card is still in his hand. We didn't get a good look at what it was.
2 cards go back. Cracks the Misty Rainforest, shuffling them away. A Braincestral Recall of sorts. And there was a question from Tim Powers who asks, looks like he didn't pitch anything to that first Force. He did pitch something. It was pitched off to the right. You might not have seen it because it was pretty quick, but he was discarding a card there. Ponder.
Ponder will allow Ben to look at the top few cards of his library and decide whether or not he wants all 3, wants just one of them, maybe, you know, he shuffles something away, or wants to just shuffle all of them and get a fresh card, an unknown card. He is going to keep it. The Force of Will, both forces of will that happened pitched a Stifle and pitched a Daze. Sorry, having trouble wording that.
Grim Lavamancer comes on in for 1 massive point of damage.
Yeah, Rosario above 20 because of Swords to Plowshares on Lodestone Golem. Now you see a Grim Monolith from Romario.
Romario now having access to 7 mana in the subsequent turns anyway. And he actually has spells that cost them much. Steel Hellkite, you know, Wormcoil Engine. Yep. Main phase Brainstorm. A little shout out to people out there.
Yeah, they love the Adrian Sullivan special. Main phase Brainstorm. Ben, though, with just a lot of library manipulation, we know, you know, that's what the deck is built to do, but so far in this game, very few threats, but a lot of manipulation. Now, finally, he finds a Delver of Secrets.
A couple people have been mentioning they don't think that Ben Green pitched something to the Force of Will. 1, I saw him do it, and 2, he did it.
Yeah, well, we just mentioned the
it's
we
been
verified with
verified.
the judge. It was Daze and Stifle.
It has, just so you know, we are on that stuff. Trinisphere from Romario Neto. One of my judge friends, that's Jason LeMahieu, likes to call this the 3-drink minimum, perhaps a fitting thing on St. Patrick's Day. What that means, he says, is a shortcut to remember. It does not matter what you want to do. You have to spend 3 mana at least to do it.
Exactly. So Ben Green, that's bad for him, but he has to let it resolve here. He has no answer. Good news for him, though, Delver of Secrets just flipped with a Brainstorm on top of his library. So more library manipulation for Ben, and more threats. In fact, that has quadrupled his clock.
The question that Ben has to ask himself is, how long is this game going to last? I mean, right now, Romario Neto effectively is going to be stopping Ben Green from casting more than 1 spell a turn, because the Trinisphere will not let any more happen. Now, meanwhile, Romario Neto can certainly cast 2 spells a turn with all of the mana that he has, or a big spell, and if Ben Green acts, Romario could resolve something very scary, but he didn't do it last turn.
Yeah.
Is there a dead card in his hand? Let's put down a Grim Lavamancer for 3 mana and try to increase the clock.
Someone on Twitter believes it was Cavern of Souls, and now I agree because it looked certainly like Cavern of Souls to me. I think maybe Ancient Tomb was the other card. Not quite as sure on that one.
Pass.
But it looks like it, but he's going to pass back. Now, this is how this works. As you mentioned, everything costs 3 mana. So Brainstorm would cost a blue. Well, instead it costs blue and 2. you need to pay colorless mana up to 3 for anything that costs less than 3.
The Delver of Secrets comes in for 3. Oof, too little, too late. I think Metalworker here, really, its name is Lightning Rod.
Yeah, but it's a 3 mana Lightning Rod. Or it's not. It just costs 3 mana, but Ben's gonna have to.
Oh no! You don't get to do that. He says. No. Let's kill that guy.
Okay.
Okay.
No need to use the lightning bolt. I thought you were referring to the lightning bolt. Sorry.
No.
But no, yeah, you're right. Lavamancer.
The concept of a lightning rod.
Absolutely. Lavamancer kills Metalworker. Other Lavamancer hits Romario for 2, and Delver is gonna knock Romario to 10 here.
The life total, 13, that's going to be chipped away at in 2 turns. So it's pretty close to being done.
Yeah, he knocks him to 10 here. He's actually going to knock him to 8 here. And then next turn he can, or even right now if he wants to.
This is the Romario's last turn then. Is that a Metalworker? That is not going to be good enough.
So we're going to go to game 2 here. Here comes Metalworker.
Excuse me. Metalworker is equipped. In response,
Lightning Bolt.
And Ben
6
Green.
life. This should be it. Geist of St. Traft off the top. Costs 3 already. Delver attacks Romario to 3 and Lavamancer 1, Lavamancer 2. Romario Neto falls in game 1 here to Ben Green and Blue-White-Red Delver.
Okay.
But we've got a whole other game to play and potentially a third.
Yeah. Now we have a different game entirely that doesn't even involve these 2 players. What we have is our Star City Games Premium, the StarCityGames.com Open Series here in Washington, D.C. We're in our semifinal match now, which means that for our premium giveaway, the giveaway we do every top 8 of every event, that's 2 different events every weekend that we do these events, is we give away premium. For the semifinals, that's 6 free months of Star City Games Premium to 1 lucky person who can correctly guess the answer to the trivia question that Joey Pasco has carefully prepared for us. Now, how do you win? Hashtag SCG Premium with your answer. Put that on Twitter, get the correct answer, and 1 person amongst those who does both of those 2 things will be selected at random to win the 6 free months of Star City Games Premium. What do you got for us, Joey?
So, again, we're going to talk a little bit about some surprises that showed up here, particularly in the top 8.
Okay.
So the trivia question, if you've been paying attention, especially if you were paying attention last round during the quarterfinals, you will already know this. What Gatecrash Planeswalker showed up in the top 8 of SCGDC?
Okay, so the question from Joey Pasco.
This is of course Legacy.
Yes.
The Legacy Open.
For the top, for the semifinal Star City Games premium giveaway, what Gatecrash Planeswalker is in this top 8? Wow. So in this top 8, in the Legacy portion, what Gatecrash Planeswalker? Tweet your answer with the hashtag SCG Premium.
Yeah, down there.
1 person will be selected to win 6 free months of Star City Games Premium. Now let's go to our sideboards here. The Blue-White-Red Delver list, in terms of actual dedicated artifact removal, it has 1 disenchant. And other than that, it looks like the ways he might fight this are cards like Spell Pierce, which can be very valuable early and then quickly lose value as the mana production of the Mud list can just outperform it. And then finally, Engineered Explosives, even for 0, could be very effective, blowing up Chrome Moxes, blowing up perhaps Chalice of the Void. Those are the cards I see being most likely, with the possibility of Force of Will in there as well.
Now on the other side, I think Romario boards pretty much the same way we thought he was going to board during the Rug Delver matchup he faced in the final Swiss round. He's got access to 2 Ratchet Bomb, which are great against this deck with all these low casting cost creatures. He's got access to 2 Relico Progenitus, which will, while not as effective against something like... Actually, you know what? He's not going to bring in Relic of Progenitus against this deck.
No Tarmogoyfs.
No Tarmogoyfs and no Nimble Mongooses. Going down the list, remembering what he boarded in. That doesn't make sense here.
Ratchet Bomb makes a lot of sense.
Ratchet Bomb definitely does. And then he's got 1 Wormcoil Engine just for the extra life gain, because Benjamin's deck is kind of built to In a way, it's kind of like a mono red deck in that it wants to do 20 as fast as possible. It just has card selection and in the form of blue spells and some disruption in the form of blue spells. But essentially, it's trying to deal 20. When you can make that into 26, you make that just that much harder for them, and you provide yourself a little bit more time to get some of these giant guys online. And sometimes, especially with something like Lightning Greaves, all it takes is one turn to connect with a Blightsteel Colossus.
Yeah. Another card we could see is Platinum Empyrean.
Yes.
Which essentially works like a I win card against Ben Green. Ben Green has 1 disenchant total. And what that Platinum Imperium would mean is that Romario Neto's life total could not change. And if his life total can't change, he certainly can't die.
Yeah, it'll be difficult. Romario's ready. Looks like hasn't drawn his opener yet. Ben is still shuffling. But Romario is all set here. And he's been in this situation already just in the last little while. Down a game in a must-win situation. Quickly shuffles Ben Green's deck, and we're good. We're going to draw our openers here. Any update on the other match? Not yet. Okay. We will get you updates as soon as we know. I can't get a good look at Romario's hand. Can't see Ben's hand at all. I definitely see a Great Furnace in there, and it looks like we're both good. So, Ancient Tomb for Romario Neto, turn 1, Chalice for 1. You better have the Force. And
okay, Bryant in the other matchup. Bryant Cook up 1-0.
What was removed off that Force of Will?
I did not catch it. A blue spell.
Likely. I think a Stifle was just drawn off the top. He's got Stifle, Brainstorm, Swords to Plowshare, Spell Pierce, and I believe a land or 2.
Lays a Misty Rainforest. Passes the turn. Romario Neto with a Crucible of Worlds.
Stifle was pitched to that first Force of Will.
Crucible of Worlds, a sideboard card he has brought in here to grind away at the fragile mana base of his opponent.
Yeah, I mean, that can definitely be relevant. He has Wastelands of his own, and his opponent also has Wastelands. So he both nullifies his opponent's Wastelands and also makes his a little bit better. Oh, to speak of the devil, there's a Wasteland from Ben Green, and Romario wishes he maybe had played that Crucible, although it would have been Spell Pierce. So Romario figuring he has some time for any sort of to get that Crucible into play.
Great Furnace and City of Traders, Wasteland, all in Romario Neto's hand.
Additionally, I think, is that 2 copies of Kuldotha Forge Master?
I think so.
Can we get a Kuldotha Forge Master on screen?
It's an awesome 5 casting cost.
It's definitely Forge Master.
Artifact.
You don't need to put it up if you don't want. We can put it up when it sees the board, when it hits play. Sorry to be bossy again.
Look at that guy.
I just wanted to get a closer look at the artwork so we could determine if it definitely was. And
we have another person checking out this Tundra.
Yeah, Romario says,
altered art.
What is this? Oh, it's a Tundra?
It looks like a Pokemon card.
It does. I think because of the yellow sleeves. Yellow, like the yellow and blue. Looks very Pokemonish.
Now, the Kuldotha Forge Master, I like something that Patrick Chapin said. Tinker was so good that they decided that 3 artifacts would be required to do the Tinker ability.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's still good enough.
It certainly is. Here it is seeing play in Legacy. There's a Brainstorm from Ben. I think, what is that? They're asking what it is. So we're going to get confirmation as to what that is. Poor Ben's like, I'm never playing with this card again. Speed Chaser from Star Wars. So
nice.
Not a Tron bike, but the...
There was somebody that called that out earlier and said they thought it was from Star Wars, so that's cool. If you're just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan here in the booth with Joey Pasco. This is SCG Live, the Star City Games Games.com Open Series here in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. Romario Neto on the left in this semifinal match, Ben Green on the right. Neto with Mud, Ben Green with Blue-White-Red Delver.
And looking at Romario's hand, he's got Wasteland, City of Traders, Crucible of Worlds, Kuldotha Forge Master. Wow, trying to say that really fast does not work. Kuldotha Forge Master.
City of Traders, he's considering. Now, he might just lay this Wasteland first to have more stable. Oh, Tundra. Stifle. Zing.
Ben wants to protect that that little bike, that Star Wars bike.
And we got a flip. Fire, some fire in the hole there. Delver knows the secret, and the secret is Lightning Bolt.
Certainly is. Romario knows the secret too.
1, 2, 3 mana. Crucible is going to find a Spell Pierce, perhaps?
And it is.
There it is.
So Ben Green again in excellent shape here with a threat of fairly significant one. The 3 power is much more relevant than the 1 power Grim Lavamancer he was attacking with last game early on. So he's got a reasonable threat, and he is answering everything that Romario is doing. So there is a Goblin Welder off the top for Romario. He's going to tap City of Traders, play a new City of Traders, which destroys the old one. That's the way that land works. And he has a Kuldotha Forge Master in play, alongside 3 artifacts. Now, no Lightning Greaves here. I'm sorry, not alongside 3 artifacts. It is
including
an artifact.
itself.
Yes.
It is the 3rd artifact.
Right. So he has that there on the stack. Ben Green thinking about it. But if he had Lightning Greaves here, he would be able to activate it immediately. It would have haste. But
get a Blightsteel Colossus. Give the Blightsteel Colossus haste.
And
kill
swing
you.
it and kill you. Yes, exactly. We saw that happen in the final Swiss round. So Forge Master resolves. Goblin Welder joins the team, and Romario passes back.
Bolt for the Welder. Welder, one of the best 1-cast and cost creatures of all time.
So 1/1 for 1, and it exchanges target artifact a player controls for target artifact card in that player's graveyard. So, hey, yeah, I think I'll trade this Great Furnace for this giant dude. You know, Kuldotha Forge Master, Lodestone Golem, something like that. Maybe a Blightsteel Colossus, but probably not, considering the
3rd land.
the trigger on Blightsteel Colossus.
3rd land for Ben Green. Attacks once again. I think we're going to see a Swords to Plowshares here. Yes.
And he deals with the Forge Master.
5 life for Mario. And an aggressive deck like what Ben is playing doesn't really enjoy giving that 5 life over. But you know what? It's better than the alternatives.
Now, we know Romario has a backup and another backup.
Another Pierce.
But he goes with Trinisphere here, and Spell Pierce
Wow.
takes it out. And so we know, look, there's a Wormcoil Engine now in Romario's hand as well. So Ben using up all his counter spells to fight what Romario has, but something's going to stick. And it looks like a Voltaic Key is the first card to stick, so Romario gets that into play. At 9 life, though, only 3 swings away from death. Delver of Secrets, or I'm sorry, Insectile Aberration, doing some work for Ben Green.
Now, Bryant Cook, the creator, credited as the creator of the Epic Storm, has defeated James Higginbottom, and he will advance to the finals against the winner of this match.
Delver of Secrets, again, in for 3, going to knock Romario to 6. Now he's going to have to stick this Wormcoil Engine to potentially dig back into this game. Unfortunately for him, he only has access to 5 mana, and he just drew a Mox Diamond and has no lands to discard to it, so not going to work for him. Now, I don't know, maybe... I'm sorry, he doesn't even have access to 5. I'm sorry, he has access to 4.
Yeah, the Voltaic Key needs to have something that produces more than 1 mana in order to get some sort of acceleration ability, and it has to be an artifact.
Yeah, I miscounted because I was assuming he still had 5 from before, but it was the City of Traders ×2 that he used to get that first Kuldotha Forge Master into play. So Delver of Secrets is going to knock Romario to 3, and it might be all over here. It's a Cavern of Souls on top, and Romario, Neto, and Mud is going to fall here to Ben Green and Blue-White-Red Delver. Ben Green, though, going to go on to the finals to face the Storm deck, and there it is.
And that's the handshake. Ben Green defeats Romario Neto. Blue-White-Red Delver in the finals versus Storm.
Yeah, so congratulations to Ben Green. Congratulations also to Romario Neto, who made it this far with a mud deck. Very fun to watch. I appreciate seeing different decks like this from time to time, and I think a lot of the viewers do as well. So congratulations for making it to the top